Hello Pixie Pals, it's your girl Mickey, and we are in my kitchen again, which means it's time for another magical Mickey cooking show. Today we are making muffins, apple muffins to be exact, because I have a bowl of apples going bad because no one else wants to eat them, so it's time to turn them into some breakfast muffins. Oh yeah, these apples are mushy. Ooh. So this is by no means a cooking tutorial. I just thought it'd be fun to film while I bake some muffins for breakfast for the fortnight. But if you guys would like to follow along, then I will try and link the recipe in the description. I have no idea if YouTube will let me link stuff yet. Also, the sun is finally out. It is finally warming up. It is officially spring. The seasonal debris is finally leaving my body. I cannot wait to make more content. I am so hyped. I am full of creative energy. It is going to be fantastic. And also, if you just saw my latest video, which side is that I'm just gonna put both fingers up at this point because I'm still confused. That I just uploaded a vlog where I just bought and unboxed my first MacBook. It has been a journey learning how to use it the last few days, but one thing that I have noticed, the difference between editing on my iPad and this for that MacBook vlog, my editing time has been pretty much cut in half. Because like originally the way I would have to do it, right, I would film either on the Osmo Pocket or my Canon before it died, RIP. So from the Osmo to my phone, and then from my phone, I would have to airdrop to my iPad. And my iPad was extremely dramatic because every time I had like, say, a 10-minute clip, it wouldn't let me airdrop the full 10-minute clip. I'd have to break that 10-minute clip down into like 3 or 4 parts of like 2-minute-ish intervals. So even though once it had all 4 clips on the iPad that equaled 10 minutes, it didn't see it as a full 10-minute clip because it was 4 2-minute clips. And I'm like, why? Anyway, so like that was one thing. And then also the amount of times it would just flat out refuse to accept the files. And it'd be like, not enough space. I can't do it. I'm shutting down. I'm running out of battery. And I'm like, you are so dramatic. Anyway, fast forward to me getting my lovely MacBook. I just had to plug the Osmo into the computer with the little USB-C cord because I found out that you can transfer directly from the camera to the computer without having to get the SD card out, because the SD card is really hard to put in and out. So I'm really glad to find that out, so yay. Anyway, it transferred all of my files in like 5 minutes with no complaints. Anyway, I am just full of creative energy and excitement and renewal for doing the YouTube thing, and I hope y'all are ready for the absolute abundance of content that is about to hit the channel. Anyway, shall we make some muffins? Ta-da! I found it. This thing. Are these technically cupcake pans? Yes they are. But they do the same thing, and I'm just making mini muffins. So anyway, I'm gonna line it with patty pans because I cannot be bothered to get flour and oil and other stuff out to coat these properly. One thing I love about this house, guys, is that there is just an absurd amount of PowerPoints, like pretty much on every wall. Like my mixer has fallen apart. One moment. Look at me go. I'm a woman in STEM. Heh. All right, well, I don't know what happened there, but the whole mechanism wheelhouse thingy that holds this had completely fallen out. So I now gotta wash this. So once you have reassembled your stand mixer and cleaned out the bowl that was filled with oil and grease, Now you can start making your muffin. Chaos cooking, am I right? Alright, so if you were following this video like a tutorial, the recipe is you're meant to do all of the dry ingredients sifted together, but I'm going to do this 1 cup of flour and then I'm going to do the rest of the dry ingredients because my sieve is not big enough for all of the dry ingredients at once, shall we say. 2 cups. Today's theme in the kitchen is what is going to fall apart next. I need 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Boink. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I am just gonna eyeball the cinnamon. Yeah, about that much. All right. Anyway, flour mixture done. Set aside. Let us dice some apples. Now, you can dice your apples the traditional way, the old-fashioned way, by hand. I, however, am going to be using my favorite device, and I love to use it at any opportunity I get to. My 2-in-1 pool chopper. Isn't it beautiful? Fantastic. 10 out of 10 purchase. Anyway, the recipe calls for 2 cups of apples, but personally, I say measure with your heart. These apples are so ripe. Look, they're sprouting. Yeah, these are getting turned into muffins. Absolutely. To cream the butter and the sugar. As I said earlier, I am using margarine because I am out of butter. But it's okay. It's almost the same stuff. This one has butter solids in it, so it's not just straight up oil. Wait, did I say butter solids? I meant milk solids. It's made out of buttermilk. 1/2 cup. And the recipe calls for 1 cup of sugar, but I'm gonna only do 1/2 cup because with the sheer amount of apples that I am using, they are gonna be very sweet. And also since they are overripe, because they are going bad, they're gonna be extra sweet. So if I did the full cup of sugar, like the recipe called for, these muffins would be nauseatingly sweet. So that's not good. Okay. We good? Cream this together until light and fluffy, about 3 minutes. Add 1 egg at a time. The recipe calls for 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence. I definitely don't have that left, so a teaspoon and a bit. Fun fact, the cap on your essence bottle is a teaspoon measurement. Eyeball about half or more. All right, and then add half your milk. So again, just eyeball it. You will be fine, I promise. Alternating between flour and milk. All right, now this next step, you are meant to fold the apples in, but I do not have the time nor the patience for that. And I made these last week and I did this and they turned out fine. So again, you will be fine, I promise. So what have you guys been up to lately? I have fallen down a rabbit hole of watching an alarming amount of documentaries on Netflix lately. At least they're kind of educational. I just finished watching the Waco documentary. That was very interesting. Because it was one of those things where it's like, I've heard of Waco, but I'd never actually seen what Waco was. Truly a series of unfortunate events, really. You know, if things hadn't happened one way, then things would have had a very different outcome, I think. Yeah, so what have you guys been watching lately? Anything interesting? Anything noteworthy? Also been watching a lot of anime because, of course. Now, I like to fill my pan up quite high so that I can get nice tall muffins. I think I'm gonna need another pan. I'm gonna need another pan. One moment. We'll make 1 jumbo muffin. I'm just gonna grease it with just a little bit of butter. All right, so 12 regular muffins plus 1 jumbo muffin. Dun-dun! Muffins. Once these are a little bit cool, like not stone cold, you still want them to be a bit warm. Melt some butter and just dust the tops in cinnamon sugar and then they are done. Also, look at how big this one is. And the moment of truth, yeah. Nice. I'm gonna have enough butter and sugar. Ta-da! Apple muffins! Yay! Oh, these look so good. These are delicious. I highly recommend that you guys should try making them one day if you have some leftover apples that are starting to go bad. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just something different I wanted to try, so will I make more like this? Who knows? I don't know where I'm going with this channel. I'm just having fun doing the thing. Until next time, bye bye.